What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So, we have some unfortunate breaking news coming out of WWE today. Now, if for everybody who has not been informed, now we all did hear from early this year going into WrestleMania 41 that WrestleMania 42 was going to be hosted in none other than New Orleans next year for WrestleMania 42. But unfortunately, that looks like it's no longer going to be the case. It looks like for WrestleMania 42 will no longer be taking part in New Orleans. So we're gonna check out this article from Sports Illustrated, and we're gonna go through the article. And then from after that, I'll give you guys my little tidbit and probably what's gonna be happening after that. So let's get into it. So this is from Sports Illustrated. New Orleans no longer hosting WWE WrestleMania 42. The Rock announced in February that WrestleMania 42 would be heading into New Orleans, but that no longer appears to be the case. So we're gonna get into the rest of the article. In a major development, WrestleMania 42 will no longer be held in New Orleans next April. The that according to a new statement from the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation that was provided to WrestleNomics, The Rock returned in WWE this past February and officially announced that the Caesars Superdome would host next year's Showcase of the Immortals, but the event is apparently being rescheduled to a new date in the future. Instead of hosting WrestleMania in 2026, the city's sports commission noted that New Orleans will now be the host of next year's Money in the Bank premium live event. And as you guys can see, that you see this right here, breaking news. This is when it broke that it was going to be in New Orleans, but that don't look like the case. The Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation in New Orleans and company are working closely with our friends at TKO to expand our long-standing partnership. Thursday statement to WrestleNomics read, which will include UFC 318 on July 19th, 2025, Money in the Bank in 2026, and WrestleMania, which will move from currently scheduled 2026 timeframe to a future year. Sean Ron Sapp of Fightful Select has now corroborated the report, noting that the move is part of a larger deal that adds an extra PLE, that being Money in the Bank in 2026. Talent that we spoke are largely unfazed as WWE generally handles the planning and travel for those weeks and weekends. Anyway, Sapp said in a follow-up report, several of the talent that we heard from said they haven't even begun to think about next year's WrestleMania. It is currently unknown which city will now host the annual two-night event, which is currently scheduled on April 11th and April 12th. Leaders in Saudi Arabia and London, England, have not hid their desires of hosting WrestleMania in the future, and Indianapolis already has a deal in place to host the event down the line. All of those cities could potentially be short notice options. We will provide information on this story as it becomes available. Yeah, this is very shocking. This is coming from a person, coming from a fan that was considering going to WrestleMania next year. It's only 5 hours to get there, so it's not like a long drive or a lot of planning that I would normally have to do going into these shows. But it's very shocking that this is no longer going to be the case for WrestleMania. We know that they always talk about where they're going to be a year in advance, so this gives a lot of fans time to plan out a lot of things and get travel preparations and stuff like that, of course. But now it kind of just WrestleMania right now is all up in the air right now as far as where it's going to be, who's going to get to host it, and all that stuff. But now we do know that Money in the Bank will be in New Orleans next year, so they are still going to PLE, but it's coming off a little bit shocking as well that this no longer is the case for WrestleMania. So I don't know where they're gonna have it gonna be. I know we already know where Rumble is gonna be in Saudi Arabia. And if you guys just looked at the report, Saudi Arabia will not shy away from trying to get another PLE in their lineup, as we already know that they're going to be hosting Night of Champions this year, and I think another Saudi show and later this year as well. Then we have Royal Rumble, so that's a possible. You could do the O2 in London. You could do that if you wanted to. You could do Wembley Stadium, because I know that was in talks of being a potential venue for a WrestleMania down the line. So we don't know what could be happening, but this is very interesting. I wonder. I mean, probably within the next couple of days, we'll probably get what venue will be hosting or anything like that. So if we do get any updates of WrestleMania, where it's going to be held, and if we get any confirmation of where it's going to be held, y'all will get an update from me as well. But super kick that like button, you guys. Helps my channel get pushed across the platform so more people can see what I'm doing over here on YouTube. Superman punch the post notification bell so every time I post a new video, which is a reaction video, rant video, live stream, any type of video, you could be in a loop of things when I do drop a video. And sound off in the comments down below. How do you guys feel about New Orleans not hosting WrestleMania 42 next year? And if you guys were going, how did this make you guys feel? Let me know in the comment section down below. And what do you guys think WrestleMania 42 will be held? Let me know in the comment section down below as well. But with that being said, hope everyone's a great day, great rest of your week, and I'll see you guys in the next video.